Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor in Paradise, a guys review. Good to see all of you guys today. I hope everyone's having a pleasant Monday. Mine started this morning in New York City at 4 a.m. and it is ending here in Los Angeles at noon. By the powers of time changes in different time zones, we have made it here by noon today. Voice is a little raspy, but I had some great shows, stand-up shows, and some fun happening in New York City. Shout out to the amazing people who brought this to my show. Look at that. Is that not me? What the hell? How gifted. Amazing. All right, folks. Well, I left up this thumbnail because we're going to talk more about the Brendan Piper fallout. It is the most interesting thing happening in Bachelor Nation. The Alana story is almost like a sub-story to this. So I'll make another video later today about her calling out other people, being like, oh, you don't think you're on the show for the wrong reasons? You know, those who go to paradise should not throw rocks. Is that how, or should not step on crabs? How does it work? Either way, point being, no one is completely innocent when it comes to why they are on the show, and everyone should try to profit off of it as they see fit, you know, without doing too much collateral damage. Of course, I am not defending people like Brendan in this scenario. All right, folks, so let's get right into it. Now, I'm going to make this video tomorrow, okay? I decided I'm going to make this video. Katie and Blake hanging out with Bachelor Nation YouTuber Dave Neal. Thoughts? Okay, most of it's positive. Some of it's really funny, and some of it's calling me out, which by all means I'll do. I've never claimed to be Walter Cronkite. I know I've got a young Brian Williams haircut here. I know I've got newscaster hair. This is weatherman. I have weatherman energy with newscaster hair. All right, so we'll do that video. That'll come out tomorrow. Give you something to look forward to tomorrow. And then on tomorrow's 4 p.m. live stream, I'll also talk about, I'll do a Q&A, so you can talk about whatever you guys want. You can ask questions. And if I feel like I can answer it, I will. All right, but, you know, for the folks that are like, oh, this puts everything Dave has to say into question. No, I'm a biased commentary channel. I will try to hear other points of view, but if you can't change my mind, then that's where I stand on things. And plenty of people have changed my mind. I'm always open to learning about new experiences and other, points of view. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. I'll cover it all in a video that'll go up tomorrow. So let's start this off here. I'm going to play with you guys Natasha's reaction to kind of being strung along, how that triggered Tayshia, who's also, you know, been divorced and understands she's had her relationship with Brendan. Not that Natasha's been divorced, but Brendan and Tayshia have been, so they can share that experience. And then from there, I'm going to talk about, I'll share with you the numbers of how many followers Natasha has now and what that looks like on a paycheck, okay? Because what you can command for an Instagram story, she basically went up about 1,000%. So we'll get into that. Hopefully she's able to monetize it, because why not? If you have the following, monetize it. Try to do good with it, but don't pretend like you're above that. You know what I mean? Everyone who's on the show with a public profile should try to make a few extra bucks if they're promoting a product that they believe in. Why not? That's what it is. All right, I'm promoting this YouTube channel. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's hear what Natasha has to say.
I think that I'm just like too understanding of a person. The thing that people didn't see him saying to me was
Brendan,
he really wanted to take this slow.
Yeah.
And the reason why he wanted to navigate our relationship slowly was because he's been married before.
I don't want to
He's
talk.
been divorced. And he would bring it up so much that I'm like, this guy is like really struggling. And I'm a pretty like, I feel energy, and I felt that he was guarded. And I personally, truly thought that he was guarded because he had been married before and divorced. And, you know, you go there and you see couples forming left and right. You turn around, there's a couple here, there's a couple, it's happening everywhere.
It happens fast.
Yeah, it's happening everywhere. And he would say things to me like, you can't compare. I would say to him, like, if someone comes down here and giving me the attention that that's missing here, because I brought up the fact that we haven't broke through that threshold. I'm not the person who's just going to say, come here, I'm going to grab your face and make out with you. I'm just not that type of person. I've never been that type of person. I've always had guys kind of be more of the aggressor in a physical way. And I roll with it when normally it happens, right? So I couldn't understand why he wouldn't do that. And even I brought up, I was like, it's going to be hard when we were still together, I was like, it's gonna be hard to watch you and Demi's date because I'm sure you guys are making out and blah blah. He was like, yeah, like she grabbed me and we started making, like he blamed.
So that's how you justified. That's how you justified it all.
That's how I justified like this whole thing. It's like, okay, he wants to take things slow. Okay, and he's like, just like you guys saw in the conversation on Monday, basically he was like, you can't compare us and what we have to these other guys because these other guys are waiting for other people to come in.
Now, we've got so much to learn about this scenario, right? And again, I fully tell you guys, I thought Natasha was in on the ruse. Up until last episode where we actually got to see her emotions, or I should say 2 episodes ago. I just assumed she knew Piper, she was in on it. Like, why would anyone let someone string them along that long, And I'm not blaming her. I'm just saying, my thoughts were that, hey, she must be in on this. No, she knows them. She's like, all right, I'll keep you company. I give you a rose, you give me a rose. My guy's going to come later on. And then we find out, not at all. Now, the question is, were the producers complicit in this storyline? Did they, and again, I'm not saying this to let Brendan off the hook, but were the producers like, oh yeah, we'll bring Piper in, go do this, and then kind of like playing their friend, like good cop, bad cop? Were the producers playing good cop to their yeah, talk about your followers, who cares? And then when it comes out to like, we are gonna put your head on a stake. I don't know. Either way, not looking good. Brendan bringing up divorce to keep Natasha on back burner. Now it makes perfect sense. You wonder, it's like, why would you keep a guy around? Well, because he was talking about moving slow. Now she watches it back and she goes, what? What? No, you were, I was being used. No one wants to feel used. Let's finish off this convo.
I'm not, which was a complete lie, right? So,
by the way, look at everyone's eye contact is all over the place. I'm
just a very patient person, and I just saw that he was struggling. But I, again, thought that was because of the lie I believe the lie that he said. And also go ahead.
Okay, so that all makes sense, and that
right.
I get that. Okay, but there was the rumor floating around on the beach that Piper.
Wait, can I go back? Can I go back to this whole being married thing?
Yeah,
sure.
Oh, she's pissed. Rightfully.
That comment makes me so upset that he is again blaming a previous thing that's actually like a very painful thing to go through. And it's actually, and like, this is like so far away from like me and Brendan. So like, I don't ever want to, I'm not trying to bring myself into it, but the fact is like, I know what that actually feels like. And it's actually something that I bonded with him on because that is such a painful experience.
Yeah. Tayshia's got anecdotal information. She's got evidence based on her own experience on what it was like with Brendan. Now, he might be doing the same thing to Piper. He might be doing this across the board. We don't know. With Matt James, when he was kind of stringing Rachel Kirkconnell along, he was maybe talking to other people and he was saying, look, we can't be together in the public sphere. And that was maybe his way of remaining technically single. We were on a break, whatever, you know what I mean? Pivot. But so who knows? By the way, I got brunch. I'll tell you this. I got brunch on Sunday with my fiance, and I went to this random little boutique location in Greenwich Village, New York City, and everybody started taking photos at us. Not us, but like the whole brunch area. We were sitting outside, and I was wondering, what are they taking photos of? Like, is it a scavenger hunt? What is it? I Googled the cross street, and we were eating at a beautiful little place called Little Owl. It was so good. I got the steak and eggs. This little diner spot. I wouldn't even call it a diner, a brunch spot. And the building above that was where they did the exterior shots for Friends. So it was a big pivot. So it was a big Friends moment. Anyway, now that's neither here nor there. But once in a while, I digress. Okay, I should just wear this could I be like me and Flavor Flav? Would this not be the whitest crochet or whatever it is? All right, here we go.
And that's something that he was using to manipulate a situation. And the fact that someone did that is so disgusting to me, because you being a compassionate person, of course you're like, oh my God, like that's a really tough thing to go through. Like, I completely understand. I completely get it. Exactly. And so
listen, here's the deal. Hurt people hurt people. Brendan's damaged. He went through a divorce. I'm sure it didn't feel good. That's not an excuse, but it's not like he made up the fact that he wasn't divorced. It's the fact that he was using that to string Natasha along when clearly he had something else. If he didn't have something else in the pipeline, then that's the excuse. Hey, I'm scarred. I got to take it slow, this and that. But then don't like dump someone for someone else right away. You know what I mean? Some people have related this to the John Mulaney issue. I had to look this up. John Mulaney just divorced his wife. Who knows what the story is, but we know he's been in and out of rehab several times. And he's a very famous stand-up comedian. If you don't know him, he's not in your circle, but he's one of the highest earning stand-up comedians and writer of SNL in the past and all these things. So he divorces his lady, starts dating Olivia Munn. 4 months in, they're knocked up. So a lot of people are like, feeling for the ex, and it's like, oh, and who knows what their story is. But the idea that you could just like go from one relationship to another really can hurt the person that just got leapfrogged. And in this case, it's Natasha.
Like, for someone, like when I open up to someone and I say like, look, like I've been through this, and like, well, before Zach, obviously, even talking to Zach, but like when I talk about like, I've been through this, like this is something that actually has scarred me and has actually, caused me to have some type of trauma in my relationships, and opening up and allowing people to come in, that a compassionate person says, you know what, you're right, let's take it slow. And like they put their gut and intuition and their red flags on hold because of that. You know what I mean?
Natasha's a great human.
And I feel like the fact that he did that, I'm sorry, but he said that on my season fucking too. Okay.
Whoa!
And I ate it up then because obviously
Right.
I felt the same exact way. But then the fact that he comes down that first day and he says, I was such a broken man on Tayshia's season, but I have grown.
Yes.
And I am so ready for a relationship now. And here you are,
Using
2 days
the same
later
excuse.
saying, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to take it slow.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys have,
Don't punch your chest again, okay? You're
truthfully, it makes me so mad.
Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Tayshia not happy about her ex, how he handled their relationship and her friend Natasha's on a reality dating show where they pit together people that have issues. And Brendan does. And even after talking about it left and right, people are going to go, oh, Dave, you must be friends with Brendan. No, he's a flawed human. Just like you and I, he's a flawed human. I can totally understand. He did what he needed to do. It's like when you're swimming in the deep end. Like he was all about get me on that life raft, and he doesn't need to be. And hopefully this is a catalyst for him to get therapy and understand and learn what his problems are. Sometimes it takes getting called out in such a way. Shame can be a motivating factor. I don't even know if I want to get into this one. This is I'll just play a minute of this. This is Natasha clearing up the rumors about how she knew Piper beforehand, because we did believe they were friends beforehand, which was obviously the conspiracy that she was in on the ruse.
Because I've met Piper once in real life, ever. One time.
They got their nails done.
There was a nail thing. I invited Kit. I told her, invite some girls from your season if you want, blah, blah, blah. Piper came, met her. She was great. She was nice. This was before Paradise. Abigail was there as well. Piper said she wasn't coming to Paradise. She couldn't get off work. And she started talking. She just recently started talking to someone. Brendan, right? She said that. And and for all of our listeners, again, as you know, it's a TV show. Everything doesn't get aired. I was honest with Deandra and Noah in our first conversation about that. I was honest with Brendan about meeting Piper before. And even when Piper came down and we had our initial conversation, I said, well, when we talked at Nails, again, that none of that was aired, but I was never, ever being dishonest about.
All right, so we totally believe, you got to believe Natasha. You got to believe her here. The question is, the producers obviously knew that that this whole thing was going on. They knew about Piper and Brendan. They weren't sneaking that by the producers. If I know about it, the producers know about it, right? So they knew that was going on. They're like, oh yeah, go. You and Natasha will be together, and they knew. Listen, they've got full boards being like, all right, these two. If we get these two paired up now in 2 episodes, we bring so and so in. Just Chris Conran for Jasenia, whatever the case may be. The whole thing's about home wrecking on a beach. It's beach wrecking anyway. So again, another scenario in which we're mad at the pawns, Brendan and Piper and all these people, which respectfully, and not mad at the producers for like the situations they put them in. And everyone goes, listen, the producers can put you in a situation, but it's you who show your true character. And you go, maybe. Or also, you know, it's like if you're ever like, you know, fighting with a stranger on a subway train, it's like maybe there's environments that just bring out the worst in all of us. I don't know. Who knows? Brendan releasing a statement, and it seems sincere to me, so this was funny.
I'm going to make something of my life.
Here's Brendan.
I'm going to be somebody. I'm destined for greatness.
Now, let me tell you something. As an actor, okay? Let me tell you something. As an actor, Brendan's demo reel is really, really good. Okay, now hold on a second. A demo reel is a resume. You do student films, you do projects that have bad writing, bad lighting, bad sound, bad other actors. He's actually got some really good demo content on there. People wanted me to sort of roast his demo reel. Like, oh my gosh, can you believe this? And then go, look, I don't know. Me personally, I understand the irony here, but I can separate what someone has to put together to get work and go like, look, I won't use my platform to try to take away someone's earning potential. If you guys want to unfollow him, I fully support voting with your dollar, voting with your follow. You know, someone called me out for still following Brendan, and I actually responded to this person in a DM, in a voice message, because I don't have the time to be like, listen, I don't even know who I follow or don't follow. I follow people for content and I move on with my life. If I'm so disgusted by someone and I want to have them be done with my life, maybe I'll unfollow them. But we're talking about new status updates. He said a new statement's coming out. It's just be insane to think I'm not going to follow him. Come on. I know the Bachelorette's got that they got a lot of hate for it too. They had to defend the fact that they were still following problematic accounts. I mean, it makes common sense to me that people would understand my point here. All right, so Serena P was the one who told Piper that she would get a lot of screen time because everyone was talking about her before she came. So, you know, just some sources coming out of other contestants talking about, hey, you'll get all the screen time, come. And like, that's what it's all about, right? They go on the show. Of course, they should be looking for love. I'm going to play you Alana and what she says about all that, calling people out. But, you know, there's people that go, look, come on the show. Like, get the followers, get your bag, get paid. So here we are, right? Let's wrap this up. Brendan, no comments. He's at 251,000 followers. It seems that he's leveled off. We'll have to see after tomorrow night's episode. We'll have a pre-episode live stream and a post-episode live stream. We'll have to see how that all goes. Piper, she's at 77,000. It seems like she's leveled off too. Again, there's going to be some conversations that they were having that they probably didn't think would be aired. So who knows? Maybe the worst has yet to come. You know, who knows? Now, here's where the queen lives, Natasha, 430,000. So when we go to this, it's very simple and I'm sure flawed influencer charge per post. We're looking at the cost per meal, the CPM around $25 $10. So it varies at different sizes. YouTube. So with her size following, she's getting, actually my math is going to be all off on that, $10 per 1,000 followers. So if someone's getting, and I'm just going to do this on my calculator right now, $10 per 1,000 followers, that's 1 cent per dollar. So if we multiply that by 78,000, she was getting $780 a post. Now, this is a low estimate. This is actually from a few years ago. Excuse me, Bachelor Nation influencers actually command a higher amount because not only do they have a following, but they have extra influence by having TV credits. So not just Joe Blow who does squats with a following. So she was making $780 per post on average, probably more. And now she's got 430,000 and she's making $4,300 per post. My guess is it's actually double that. And if anyone wants to hear the breakdowns of how this all works out, Jason Tartick's podcast does a fantastic job talking about all of this, trading secrets. He breaks all the news there. So again, I'll have a video later on talking about my relationship. I'm already getting messages from people and criticized and this and that. And what can you do? Here's what I say. Whenever you're dealing with someone, whether it be on the internet, I have one rule. I don't debate or argue with strangers online. I don't do it. I don't think strangers are real humans in the sense that if it's just someone behind an account, they're you know, there's so much hate that's slung out there that people wouldn't say to your face. There's no civility. So I take it with a grain of salt. If anyone wants to call in and leave a voicemail and you know, and call me out on something or you know, whatever, by all means, go for it. Absolutely. But you know, the piling on that happens on the internet just goes to show that like it's not a fair marketplace to like express different sides of arguments. That's why we do the YouTube channel. That's why I'm going to respond to these comments in tone the way I would, looking at them, laughing at the ones that make me laugh, and objecting to the ones where I go, well, I disagree with your take on me. I don't think I'm an evil person. But anyway, like and subscribe if you're doing all right. And follow me on Instagram @DNeals. And more content coming. So we'll talk to you guys later on. Bye now.